Okay, I can smile a little bit. Sorry, Laura, again. But let's talk about rugger right now. The Springboks were never going to let history repeat itself. Well, they've proven that already, but they weren't going to let it happen again. And they made sure of it in style. A 61-7 hammering of Japan at Wembley put any Brighton memories firmly to bed, as Rassie Erasmus's men ran in 9 tries to tick just about every box before what will be a blockbuster meeting with France next week, and a very different prospect. Joining us to unpack the action are Adrian Enley, sports presenter at Good Hope FM, along with rugby enthusiasts Waza, LaRue and Ryan Grant. We'll get there. I don't know. After the segment, we'll get there. Now, we'll be crying after the cricket, so let's enjoy the happiness while we can. From the first whistle, but we were on it. Hey?
Yeah, 100%.
Sure, this has got to be one of the, I suppose, in light of the history in this fixture, there was always a little bit of room, or was there? This is a Bok team that's fired up now.
Yeah, no, look, look, this is a very different team to the one that obviously lost against Japan in 2015. And like you said, from the start, they sort of eradicated any idea of a potential upset, which I think is always key. If you want to, like, from the beginning, make sure they sort of snuff out any idea of them getting any sort of points. They were very sort of clinical from the get-go, which you need to do, even if you have a team that could potentially upset you.
Well, that seemed to be the commentators immediately moved over to, they're going to throw this away, they're going to start loosening up, they're going to lose structure. But that inside, outside the box thing seems to be working beautifully. Before we talk about Ox and potentially what was maybe the only dark element of this, Sasha Feinberg and Goma Zulu, maybe someone hasn't told him that there's a box that he's just playing, dude. And you want your pivotal positions to be expressing themselves like that, especially ahead of France.
No, he's having so much fun. It looks like he's playing high school rugby again. And as I say, to step up on the big stage the way he has just been incredible to watch, I think, for majority of South Africans, because so often at that young age, there's that period where you kind of have to grow in the role.
You get found out at some point.
And he's shown no glimpses of weakness. I mean, his goal kicking's been fantastic, kicking out of hand, his ball carrying. Yeah, very, very impressive.
And he's fast, man. He's fast.
Proper, yeah.
How is Ox? Obviously, a moment for us that we need, and because the set pieces looked good.
For sure.
Everything looked solid in that sense, and he's a big part of that. Any word on how he's doing?
I think just like obviously reiterating on those points, like the fact that we are going 4 off 9, 1 out wide, 2 off Sasha Freiberg, it's like the pods are just looking a lot better. And obviously, like, losing Ox in that depth in the pod of 4 there is going to be quite tough, whereas Rassie's obviously building this depth squad. But this quality of South African youngsters coming through is just so exciting as well.
There are 3 teams there, and it's not that there's a first and a second and a third. It's almost like, who are we playing this week? How can we set them up? So how do we set up for France? Dun, dun, dun. This is going to be a very different game.
We need to put our best foot forward, obviously. And I think Rassie spoke a lot saying that, look, he's not going to he's not going to rotate much for this tour. He's going to sort of try and stick to one team. And I think we definitely saw against New Zealand what our strongest team could be. Obviously now with Ox out, we're going to have to look at the likes of Gerard Steenkamp coming in. He played pretty well as Ox's during the match. So I'm not too stressed, but we're going to need that physicality. I mean, playing against France, they are very strong. In the scrum, I'm nervous. We're not going to be able to just steamroll over them like we did with Japan. It's going to have to be a different game plan we bring completely, but hopefully keeping that intensity from the get-go as well.
Because these are the kind of test matches we love, where there's nothing actually in it, but there's a lot in it. So it's almost one we're going to gift to the players. So what do we expect from this French side? Obviously, there is individual brilliance. We know the Duponts of this world, but as a team, how do they counter how the Boks play?
Yeah, they've got a very physical forward pack, very dominant as well. So I think it's going to be a fantastic battle in the scrums, as we've mentioned. Set-piece dominance as well. We've seen at the lineouts, they're also very strong. Potentially where we could target them is Malvaka. He's their hooker, or he should be starting, we don't know yet. But he's not got the best lineout throws. Very good ball carrier, very quick for a hooker. But I can potentially see our locks try and contest those
and they were up for it. Lurt, they seem up for, and I like the fact that there's competition within the lock space now as well. I want to mention one name, Eben Etzebeth. I think would play this team alone if they would let him. What do you think it means for the Boks to go back there? Because there was a lot of bad blood. There's a reason why all of the South African players have left France.
Yes, to be honest with you, the thing that excites me the most, I mean, the Sia Tandas, those type of players that are showing urban strength out there now. It's not just urban out there.
Exactly.
Like, those are the exciting parts, and I think those are what we're going to need going into that France battle.
I'm going to ask you to put it out there because this is going to be probably one of, maybe we've seen the test of all tests. Okay, we're going to say this year already, but this is going to stand out in history. Give me a scoreline.
Sure. I'm going to go with my heart, which says the Springboks will win, but it will be close. I'll say by 7.
By 7, I like that.
Yeah.
Grungy test.
Yeah, putting me on the spot here. Look, they'll definitely want their revenge after that World Cup. It's going to be extremely, extremely close. I'm going to go, I think, Boks by 4.
Sure. We've just turned this into a World Cup now. Yeah. We're going to make this a World Cup final 13-12. We've got this. Yeah. How do you see this one playing out? Because the Boks are playing well.
Yes. No, I mean, obviously we don't want to repeat of the last game, but to be honest with you, I am with a 1-2 pointer swinger with all these set pieces. I think it's going to come down to the set piece and who dominates that.
And we are looking good. As you said, we've got about 3 generations worth of talent just lining up in that front row. Absolutely love the mentoring that's happening within the squad. To think that we've got 2 or 3 players in almost every position, and we've got a few backline players that can play at flank. Thank you, Andre. Absolutely love the look of this team, but you can share some love. And of course, the real work now happens off the field. Thank you, Carissa.